Hello, friends. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Old Man Aben, and the purpose of my channel is to help high schoolers and young adults navigate their complicated world by giving them a different perspective. The perspective of looking back at the same choices that I made when I was your age and what I learned in the process of my successes and my failures. Today, I'm going to be talking about how to know what you want to be when you grow up. When I was in high school, I had the same questions that you probably have right now. And that is, how do I know what career path I want for the rest of my life? How do I know what to sign up for when I go to college? What do I want to get when I get my degree? And they're great questions. You may be doing what I did. I didn't know what to do. I didn't have a clue what I wanted to be. So I went and saw my guidance counselor at school. And he did the best he could. He gave me a test that kind of see where I was coming from and see if that would help us make a decision or a choice on what I was going to gear and aim my life at. He told me that, well, the test shows that you like doing things with your hands, you like building things, you like working on cars and stuff like that. So you should probably focus on going to a tech school, community college, and getting a degree in something like a machinist or an auto body technician. So I did. I moved to a city that was, well, several hours away from my home because I grew up way out in the country in the middle of nowhere. And I went to a tech school, signed up for auto body technician, which is fixing damaged cars, replacing parts and filling dents and painting and making wrecked cars look new. And it was something that I was interested in. So I signed up and I went for it. I went for 1 year of a 2-year program and I realized this is not what I want to do. I enjoy it as a hobby, and I'm glad I know how to do it, but it's not what I want to be for the rest of my life. So I dropped out. I got a job at a pizza place, and I worked there for a year until the following year when it was time to sign up again for a new class. And I chose a different class. I chose a machinist, working in a machine shop, working lathes and milling machines. It was something that I was interested in, so I took it. But after about a year, I realized this is not what I want to do with the rest of my life. So I dropped out again. And I got a job. I got a serious job. And it was a pretty good job. I made enough money to pay my rent, pay for my car, buy my groceries. And I was doing okay. I got a girlfriend. We moved in together. Life was going pretty good. But I still didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know what my passion was. My daughter, when she was in high school, she came to me one day and she said, "Dad, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to go to college for. I don't know what I'm going to get as my degree." I said, "Honey, you'll know when you know." And she did go to college and she took some basic courses, the gen ed stuff. And she ended up dropping out of college because she was kind of like me. She was practical. And she said, "Why am I here building up all this debt for something that I don't even know what I want to do with the rest of my life?" This is a problem that everyone goes through. It's not just you. We all struggle with what we want to be when we grow up. When I did get my job, I was okay with that. I tried a couple things and they didn't work out. So I got a better job. And I kind of made my decision that, well, you know what? I think this is going to be my life. I'm just going to work and be a blue-collar guy, and I was fine with that. But I kind of started headed having some headbutting with my boss at work. You know, he wanted me to be sold out to the company, and he wanted me to be company man, and it's all about the company, and you know, your life, you know, this has got to be a priority. And you know, it wasn't. And I had many conversations with my boss and said, this is not my life. I like my job and I try to do a good job at my job, but this is not my life. This is what I do so that I can afford a life. Because my life happens when I leave here. That's when my really life happens. I wanted to build something great, and I needed a job to do that. But I decided early on that my job was not going to be my life. And a lot of people live their life as their job being their number one priority. And it shouldn't be. Your job is important only because it helps you afford what you want to do with your life and what you want to be. Now, if you want to be a doctor and that's your dream and that's your main life goal, that's great. You go to college and you be the best doctor that you can be, because if that fulfills you, then that's what you should be. But if it's not, if being a veterinarian is what you want to be, then by all means, go to college and be a great veterinarian. But if it's not, why are you going to build up all that debt and end up doing something that is not the thing that fulfills you in your life? Years later, when I was in my mid-30s, I finally realized what my passion was and what I wanted to do with my life. And it was helping people and working with teams. That was my real passion. I wanted to help teenagers get through and learn how to have a great life, how to survive the world that they found themselves in. And a lot of them were in worlds that were not great. Now, I wish I could have figured that out sooner, but I had to get there when I got there. You won't know until you know. You can't force it. The life hack here is do what you have to do until you know what you want to do. Why throw a dart at a board and go to college hoping that you'll stumble on your passion? Get a job that pays the bills and keep searching for your life's passion. There's nothing wrong with going to college, but going to college just for the sake of going to college, building up all that debt, maybe building a great life with a family, your wife, your life partner, your spouse. Maybe that is what you really want to do. And that's great. Do that with all of your might. Go camping, go fishing. Do all the things that you love to do. That's what a life is. Not slaving and giving up your life for a career. When you're on your deathbed, or even when you're old as my age, I have no regrets about not being a millionaire, working on Wall Street, being a lawyer, doing things that I don't want to do for money. I had all kinds of great adventures in my life. They were simple. My life was simple. And I did, when in my 30s, figure out what my passion was. And I became the director of youth program. And I worked with teens. And we had a great time. It's the best thing that I ever did with my life, other than my wife, my daughters, and my family. Going camping, going fishing, going on trips and vacations with the people that I love the most. There's nothing better than that. And then when I started working with teens to create those same kind of memories with them, maybe their family life wasn't so great, and we became a family. We became a family that maybe they wished that they could have had, and now they did. That was my passion. The greatest gift that you can give yourself, the greatest gift that you can give your life partner, your children, the greatest gift in the world is giving them a home that is their sanctuary. Home should be the place that you fight to get back to. Home should be the place where you feel the safest, where you feel at peace, where you feel loved. Your job should never be your life. It's a way to pay for your life, to afford your life, your real life, the one that matters and happens in your backyard around a grill, around a fire pit, the one that happens with a fishing pole in your hand, or on a beach, or in a tent on a camping trip. That's really what life is supposed to be. You're never going to hear of a man on his deathbed saying, "Man, I wish I would have gone to the office more. I wish I would have made more money. I wish I could have been more successful." But you will hear someone on their deathbed saying things like, "I wish I would have made time for my spouse. I wish I would have made more time for my kids. I wish I would have done things that were really more important." You'll never regret building a life of happiness and peace, putting a priority on your home. And a home doesn't have to be fancy. A home can be simple. Because home, as the old saying is where your heart is. Build a home that is full of peace. A home that is a place that when you walk in, you go, "I'm home." You want to give your life partner a gift? You make your home that place. Not a place where you're in constant confrontation. Not a place where you're nitpicking each other. Not a place of stress. Don't build a home that's so expensive that it stresses you out. Build a home and a life, which to me, they go hand in hand. You can't separate the two. Your home and your life are intricately connected. Build a home, build a life that is a thing of peace, a thing of joy, and simple is fine. Just make it a thing of love. And you will be the happiest man or the happiest woman that you can possibly be. That's it for today, my friends. Hit the like button if you liked this video, if it was helpful, if it spoke to your heart, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content from me in the future. Have a great day, my friends. We'll see you on the next one.